we go.
Love is what you make it. I give you my heart if you promise and you won't break it. I'ma keep it real with everyone, it ain't no faking. I was trying to give it to you, you was trying to take it. And you cannot run from reality, gotta face it. I've been trying to do everything for you to just make it. Don't care what people say, especially when they talk crazy. Don't play with me, baby.
I'm watching you play, get caught up and tangled in the web of the world. I wish I could save you. Now you're an angel. The street life, it trained you. Now listen to your girl. Don't let the game keep playing you. Take a breather, nice and slow. And know it's real, like they got the eyes in the skull. Why you balance on tightrope? Trying to get the grip, you and I can go. You can have it all if you focus. House really blowing ugly, but first thing you gotta trust me, girl. Baby, when I get caught, superficial people in your life get out. Same one say I hit you right back out. Told you they wasn't on the right track, so
welcome to episode 3 of Coffee Combos.
Let me shut up, I'm talking in circles. I'm watching.
Everyone share this live on your page. We allow more people to tap into the video. Share this page. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow our Instagram at coffee.combos.
Don't let the game keep playing you. Gang, gang, gang. Gang, gang, gang. Something I adopted. If they want us an egg, then they flip like an omelet. Environment toxic. I can't breathe. Haters make me nauseous. Ew. Hit the Gucci outfits. Get a couple outfits, bags in the boxes. Find them in the comments. While we shine like diamonds. Yeah. Baby, when I get caught, superficial people in your life get caught. Same one say I hit you right back out. Told you they wasn't on the right track, so but I kinda like that though. Ain't no distraction, get your sight back now. Think you wanna fight back, so let me shut up, I'm talking in circles. I'm watching it plain view. Caught up and tangled in the web of the world. I wish I could save you. Now you're an angel.
Y'all please share this live. Share this live.
Your girl. Don't let the game keep playing you. Gang, gang, gang.
I think that he goes like an album.
Mama told you don't go down that road. Brother told me don't tell on your bros. Sister told me never trust these hoes, and these niggas just as bad. I'll never trust a soul. I heard you been playing with your nose. You know that type shit against the code. You know you was supposed to be strong. You know glitter ain't gold. What the fuck is going on? Look at them trying to get back their life. They coming home. The lawyer gotta keep it a book. I'm still be wrong. They came and got you fired from the pit from off his phone, and it's crazy 'cause this time he ain't even do nothing wrong. I'm talking chill. Every sentence ends with a appeal. Fuck a deal. I go down in history being real, never squeal. Never played the victim, and I probably never will. I just wish that you was here.
We're going to allow a little more people to access the video, and then we're going to begin soon. I know last time y'all watched us live from my sister page, but this time we're trying to get more people to watch our live on our actual page. So please share this page. Please share this live. We want people to follow this page, watch our live on this page, so we can have more people on this page.
Love is what you make it. I give you my heart if you promise and you won't break it. I'ma keep it real with everyone, it ain't no faking. I was trying to give it to you, you was trying to take it. And you cannot run from reality, gotta face it. I was trying to do everything for you to just make it. Don't care what people say, especially when they talk crazy. Don't play with me, baby.
I'm watching the flame view. You caught up and tangled in the web of the world. I wish I could save you. Now you're an angel. The street life, it trained you. Now listen to your girl. Don't let the game keep
y'all got y'all little wine
Yes.
or whatever y'all
This is what we
beverage
drinking
for the night.
tonight. We drinking Gallows, our favorite.
Don't let the game keep playing you.
Comment down below, let us know what y'all drinking tonight. It's Friday Junior.
Something I adopted. If they want what's in it, then they flame like an outlet. Environment toxic. I can't breathe. Haters make me nauseous. Ew. Hit the Gucci outfits. Get a couple outfits, bags in the boxes. Vitamin diamonds. While we shine like diamonds. Yeah. Baby, when I get caught. Superficial people in your life get caught. City one say I hit you right back, girl. Told you there wasn't on the right track, so.
My girl.
Better get it like that now. Ain't no distraction, get your sight back now. I think you wanna fight back, so let me shut up. I'm talking in circles. I'm watching and playing view. You caught up and tangled in the web of the world. I wish I could save you. Down you're an angel. The street life it trained you. Now listen to your girl. Don't let the game keep playing you.
Mama told you don't go down that road. Brother told me don't tell on your bros. Sister told me never trust these hoes, and these niggas just as bad. I'll never trust a soul. I heard you been playing with your nose. You know that type shit against the code. You know you was supposed to be strong. You know glitter ain't gold. What the fuck is going on? Look at them trying to get back their life. They coming home. The lawyer gotta keep in the books. I'm shit me wrong. They came and got you fired from the quick from off his phone. And it's crazy that it's time he ain't even do nothing wrong. Talking shit. Every single thing's a little pill. Fuck a deal. I hold that in, she being real. Now she will. Never played the victim and I probably never will. I just wish that you was here.
Welcome to another episode of Comfy Combos. This is episode 3.
Welcome to Comfy
We
Combos.
made it to episode 3, guys.
Yes, we is back with another.
Today we will be talking about family dysfunctions and family generational curses.
Yes. So before we start, as you may know, a lot of stuff been going on in the world lately, especially with the indictment for Breonna Taylor's murder. We just want to take a moment of silence today for her. So we're just going to take a moment of silence for her. All right, y'all. So, before we start and jump right into the conversation, I just want to let you all know that we all love y'all. We care about y'all, and we know that right now we all going through some tough things and really trying to battle this and really balance out our emotions with everything going in the world. So we just want to offer you guys a safe platform to just discuss how you feel. So if you want to discuss it, talk about it, let us know how you're feeling overall. Just message us on this page and each one of us will respond right back to you directly. We just want to give people a safe space to talk about how they're feeling overall about all the things that are going on in the world.
Yes.
So we're going to just jump right into our conversation about family. So the first question that we have on the table is, what does family mean to you?
To me, family means a lot. Family is pretty much like you can say like family is like a safe haven for you. Like, well, for me, like it's like a safe haven. It's just like you go through things with your family, but y'all always going to get back to that space to where it's that y'all can be the same. You can sit down, you can talk with your family. You can come see your family when you got like you going through something. You having problems with work or a relationship or anything like that. So family to me means a lot. Like it's just like I said, it's like a safe haven for me.
I agree. Family is like a safe haven as well for me because I'm very family oriented. I feel like having those people that are behind you, that support you, that love you, like these are the people that you're gonna fight with, but you always gonna come out stronger with. Like just having those type of bonds and that type of family, yeah.
To me, family means all the things that y'all said as well. To me, I feel like your family is supposed to be the people you lean on when tough times come or good times come. Like these are the immediate people that you run to when you're going through stuff in life. These are the people you walk the life with, the people you go through life with. And I just feel like family is very important to me. Like I feel like you just go through a lot with your family. You go with your family. You go through that physically and emotionally. You go with your family. You go through
But
that.
it's like it never breaks.
Yeah.
It's like it's always gonna come back together, all together. So
Yes. So as y'all may know, today is Thursday, and we usually do Throwback Thursdays on here. So I have a throwback question for you guys. Name your favorite past childhood TV shows.
What was the question again? You said what?
Name your favorite past childhood TV shows.
You know, I used to watch, and I still do watch sometimes, you know, when I get into that space or that mode, but like, I like, you know, The Proud Family. I like, you know, I still watch, even though, like, you know, it's like that will never get old. Like this sitcom will never get old. I still watch Martin. I watch that just to go to sleep, just to laugh, and like, you know, be going to sleep on. So I watch Martin. You know, Fresh Prince. What else do I be watching?
And you know what's funny? All the TV shows you name it has black families. Like
Yeah.
it does.
it encompasses what a black family is and what they go through and like the connections that they have, like with Proud Family.
Yep, that is true. Okay.
Martin.
Okay, connection.
I like all of that.
Yeah.
Me too though.
What's your favorite?
I watch really like a lot of different ones, but I kind of go like way back. So, it's this TV show called Higglytown Heroes. I watch stuff like that. Big Comfy Couch.
Big Comfy Couch, if y'all know.
Yes, if you know about Big Comfy Couch. What I was about to say? I watch SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob. Now, I watch SpongeBob to go to sleep. I used to watch that all the time when I was like in grammar school. So, yeah.
For me, it was Tom and Jerry. I
like Tom and Jerry too.
Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry too.
I like that show with Steve Urkel on there.
Family Matters.
Yes, Family Matters. I used to watch that a lot.
Full House too.
Yes,
I used to watch Full House all the time.
I love watching Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes.
Child.
Couldn't get it out.
Okay.
Sister, yes. Okay.
All of those shows was good.
That's so Raven.
Yeah, I saw That's So Raven in the comments. So Moesha.
Yes.
Oh yes, Moesha, girlfriend.
Oh yes, Different World. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
No. What
Oh,
type of
you
show that
young,
was?
niece.
Oh, it's you. It's Different World.
You young, niece.
You never saw
Different World. They had a lot of life lessons up in Different World, and it's like it was actually like relatable shit that you can actually relate, you know, to your actual real life. Like Real World, you gotta. Real World is actually on Hulu.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yes.
Yes, Tanya, Full House. Yes.
You need to go and watch that, Nene. So the next question we have is, why are good family relationships important?
Me personally, I feel like good family relationships is important because you want to have people that you can rely on. If you don't have those type of bonds with those close peoples, 9 times out of 10, you're not able to not even experience, but you don't know how to be in those type of relationships with other people who are outside in the world. So I feel like it's important to have those bond with your family members and your siblings, so that way you know how to, like, you know, you and someone else bond could be stronger and this, that, and all that. You know, in a sense, if you know what I'm saying.
To me, I feel like you go day in and day out with your family. And these are the people you experience life with. These are the people you're supposed to run to, talk to, confide in, do everything with. And to me, I feel like having healthy relationship with people within your family teaches you how to have healthy relationships outside of your family.
Yes, I agree.
And it's important for us to have that safe zone because there's so much stuff that's going on in the world right now that we don't have people to come to go to and talk about or ask for money or situations or like just to confide in and be really close and vulnerable with. And I feel like that's why family is important. You need to go through life journeys with the people that matters the most to you.
Yeah, so you can know how to do it with other people.
Yeah, that's pretty much like my sentiments on it, you know, and just to piggyback off what they said, like, you know, it's just always good to know that, like, you know, you got those good relationships with people that you can you pretty much know, like, you know, y'all relationship, like, you know, it ain't nothing really gonna happen to y'all relationship, like, you know, it's like glue, like it sticks. So it's just like, you know, it's good to have and build those type of relationships with your family.
Comment down below and let us know why you think it is good to have an important relationship with your family members. So the next question we have is, why do you love your family?
Me personally, I love my family because we're real. We love, like, we show unconditional. We real. We show unconditional love. We support each other. We behind each other, and it's a really good feeling when everyone knows that we work towards something and it's really genuine. Like, it took a long process. But we are in a good place because we all took that time out to mend bonds and actually build our foundation and make sure that it was a solid one. So, yeah.
To me, the reason why I love you guys is because I feel like growing up, it was always tough for us, and I feel like we overcome a lot of things that was like present for us, and I feel like we all went through that struggle together, and we all realized and hone in on each other's ability and weaknesses and like trying to strengthen those things. And I feel like overall we did a great thing with trying to stay together and to make sure that everything that we do, we tackle it together. And if it is by ourselves, we make sure that we have the support that we need. And that's why I love our family. Like, I love that we can all be honest with each other. And even though we get mad in those moments, we still bounce back like glue. Because a lot of families don't do that. A lot of families get into it, and then after they get into it, it's that. Like, they not cool no more. They fall out, and they don't want to be around each other, and we don't have that.
No. We make sure we mend it. We make sure we talk it out. It's always important to talk it out with your family members. Don't let stuff drag out. These are the people that you need. Mend the relationships if you can.
Hey, Instagram, make sure that y'all follow our Instagram page. We we have an Instagram page. I love my family and, you know, the family that I'm in because, like, you know, we lost like great people at a young age. So it actually made us want to build that bond with each other.
Ooh, don't make me cry.
So that, you know, we could pretty much, you know, have each other to lean on.
Yes.
Like when we like I said, we lost some great people, some significant people early on in our life, and we all have to pretty much kind of grow up fast, like, you know. So that's why I love my family. Like, you know, we all pretty much grow up together, and, you know, it pretty much strengthened our bond, and, you know. Just like, you know, what Jardy was saying, like, you know, it pretty much strengthened our bond with everybody, like, you know, and made us build the bond that we actually needed, like, you know.
On a solid foundation.
And it's like, you know, pretty much that's what we was actually taught, like, you know, from our grandmother before she left. And, you know, that's pretty much what we stand on still to this day.
And to piggyback off of what you said, like, the people that we lost in our lives always upheld what family looks like. We always did family get-togethers and like trying to sit around each other and talk about the things that bother us. Like, we always had family get-togethers where we could always be around each
Family.
other. So maybe that's a value that was always carried throughout. And I feel like a lot of people who have important family members in their life, when they pass away, they don't uphold the things that was there before they passed away. And I think that a lot can go into that, just like experiencing people passing and like trying to keep everything together. A lot of stuff can go into that. But overall, I am extremely proud to say, like, even though we lost those important people in our lives, we were able to like recognize that, go through the grieving process, and then still trying to maintain. Like, we had a few hiccups in between.
Oh, it was rough.
Where we didn't connect all the time and stuff, but we was all still trying to fight to get that connection, no matter what.
Yes.
So that goes into my next question. Do you feel like you have a strong support system within your family, and if so, why is that important to you?
Me personally, yes, I do feel like I have a strong support system, because pretty much anything that, not even that, anything that I want to do, my family is supportive of it, and they lead me in the right direction as well. So I feel like that's being supportive in a way, because they want you to go after what's best for you, if that makes sense. So I would say, like, just having family like that support you.
For me,
My niece lead.
no, but like for like pretty much let's piggyback on what she said. Like, you know, family, like, you know, as far as like support, like I feel like, you know, anything that, you know, I want to pursue or do or anything like that, you know, like I said, my people is behind me 1,000%, and you know, I appreciate that. Like, you know, if I'm in, you know, like a relationship or anything like that, I would want my partner to be, you know, there, and then like I say, my family. But you know, when it's not that, I expect for my family to be there, and that's pretty much what I receive, like, you know, with my family and with anything that I want to do and pursue.
For me, I feel like it's important to have support from your family. I feel like, yeah, we look for other people to like support us along the way and like be on a bandwagon for us, but it really means something when my family do it. Like, it means a lot to me when you guys is on the sidelines, for, you know, showing up to different things and cheering us on and being like, I support that, I support your dream, I want to be there every step of the way. I mean, it's more meaningful when it comes from your family, because I feel like sometimes your biggest critics and your biggest push and motivation is your family, and to have that approval from your family means a lot. It builds confidence, it builds self-esteem,
It builds character.
it builds character.
Like, that's pretty much, that's like the stumping ground. That's where it started at. Like, you know.
And to piggyback, it's like these are the people that basically, like, they went through the struggle with you. They seen you struggle, so it's like they know what type of work you put in to get to the type of person you trying to be or what you trying to achieve for yourself. So it will mean, it's more so meaningful.
I definitely agree. So, how do you solve favoritism in families?
I mean, I just feel like it's about communication. Like, you know, like I feel like, you know, in families, like with strong families, like it should never be, a person should never feel as though, like, you know, they're less than, or they thought of less than, you know, somebody else. Like, you know, we done all grew up together. Like, you know, we then all went through the same thing. So it shouldn't be like, you know, no type of favoritism. But if it is, like I said, communication. You know, let it be known. Whatever adult or whatever, you know, person that's like, you know, older or whatever, that's like actually showing favoritism, you know, to a certain person and doing this for them and doing that for them, like, it needs to be talked about. It needs to be brought to the forefront, because that's the only way that you can possibly solve any problem, like, you know, communication and talk about it. Like, if everybody feel like this about this one person, and like, you know, oh well, this person is getting all the attention, or this person is getting this type of attention from this person, like, you know, everybody needs to sit around, you know, and have those tough conversations, because that's what a lot of people don't know how to do. Sit down and have those tough conversations when it's needed.
Yeah, I agree. Communication. I feel like that type of situation, it does need to be brought to the forefront. It needs to be talked about, and it needs to be resolved right then and there. It don't need to be dragged out. All that. So yeah.
I feel like if you are a family that is really close and really tight, then there's no need to have favoritism. I feel like there is bonds that tends to stick out more, but you should never value that bond more than you value other bonds that you build within your relationship. To me, I just feel like every relationship needs to be equal within the family, because I don't want to show favoritism towards, like, you be my favorite and then Nene feels some kind of way, or Nene my favorite and you feel some kind of way. Like, we just gotta learn how to balance that out. And by all means, I do not mean like we are gonna be perfect at that. It takes time to like eliminate favoritism within families, or like clicking up and stuff, because sometimes we have our moments where we do stuff like that, and we just have to really realize and be like, you know, that's not what we do, because as a whole, we as a whole family, and if somebody is feeling some kind of way about a particular situation, then we need to address that, not just because we hang out with this certain part of the family member. I value this family member better than I value the other family member. I don't think it should be like that.
Yeah, for those who is watching, please comment down below and let us know what you think, you know, and just give us your insight on it. We have a comment from Tanya, and she said, the love is there, but the support need a little work. Sometimes when the hierarchy of the family is no longer there, the family grows apart.
Yes, I definitely agree.
That's true.
Yeah. I definitely agree, because our person that had all the power, that was head in charge of everything, was our grandmother.
Yeah.
And
She was the one that made sure everybody show up to family meetings and Christmas parties and Thanksgiving dinners and stuff like that. And I feel like when we lose important people like that in our lives, we don't no longer feel the need to keep up those things. So
we should.
What do you do when you are in a situation like that? Like when you lose somebody so important to your family, and you know this person go out of their way to make sure the whole family stay connected. Like, what do you do when you lose that connection?
I feel like it takes time, but I feel like that is something that y'all should go back and build on, if that makes sense. Because I feel like it's important to have family, and it was like because of this important person that was there and was keeping it together and mending it, and it was keeping the family happy, like genuinely happy, a solid foundation. Why break that up? So you gotta kind of get back in the sense of keeping it going. It takes a minute. It takes a lot of fights. It takes a lot of arguments. Family splitting apart for years, but you have to come back together.
I feel like when everybody have a big mama in a family. So just like when Big Mama leaves, or like something happens to Big Mama, like me personally, I just feel like it should always be. It's just like politics and presidency. Like when the hierarchy of the family leaves, or like something happens to them, it always should be somebody that's up under them that's gonna actually uphold their vision and what it was that they was doing for the family. It always should be somebody like that in every family, because Big Mama held it down for so long. Yes. So keep her vision going. Keep her lifted up in spirits.
Yes.
and have her with you, and have her with pretty much with the family. And keep all of that going. Like, don't never stop that.
Or even if your big mama is a big papa, keep his spirit alive too.
That too.
To me, I feel like it's always easy to say like, yeah, once Big Mama or Big Papa pass, we gonna get back to being a family. Like, to be realistic, it takes time. Like,
It does. That's why I said that.
it takes a lot of time because family is full of people, individual people with different personalities, different mindsets, different perspectives. But I do feel like the first step is always to reach out, to stay in communication. Then once that communication build over time, then y'all hang out outside of social media, outside of phone calling, outside of texting, and then y'all start gathering family reunions, coming around each other every Christmas, coming around each other every Thanksgiving. Then it starts to become an everyday thing. So I just feel like it takes time. By all means, I don't want it to make it seem like this is an easy process, because it's not. Like, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be times when you don't talk to a family member for a year or two. But then you just gotta realize, like, in order for me to get further in my healing journey, what do I need to do? Do I need to talk to my family? Do I need to discuss some things that I went through with my family? Do I need to bring my family back together? Like, these are things that we all have to recognize that is a part of us as a whole. So, my next question is, why is it so difficult for people to talk about childhood trauma or dysfunctional parents / situations that happened in the past?
I feel like it could really be traumatizing. Really, depending on the situation that person was in, it's probably traumatized to the point that they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But it's different for other people. Some people willing to step forward to talk about it. Some people willing to get help. Some people willing to release in their own way that they feel is best for them. But I feel like with Black families, parents kind of lose sense of it, and then the child is more than likely to, gain that trauma in like different situations that they basically go through. So, yeah.
To me, I think when family have trauma, we really need to pay attention to the trauma that Black families were built on. I feel like a lot of our trauma comes from slavery, being a slave, and living in poverty, and then seeing our parents be raped by the masters, or seeing great-great-grandmothers being raped by the masters, or like just different kind of things that happen throughout slavery. And those traumas keep going on and on and on and on and on, and it creates a cycle within families. And then as each generations keep going, we see different trauma progress in different perspectives and different shapes and different forms. So each family is always going to be different. It's never going to look like how it looks in the past. But I feel like within a lot of Black families, one thing that we don't do is we don't acknowledge the traumas that we go through. We all sweep everything underneath the rug. Nobody want to talk about how so-and-so is a pervert. Nobody want to talk about how so-and-so stole money from me, how so-and-so almost set me up with somebody. Like,
okay, well, so-and-so probably...
And I just want to give a warning to anybody, like, we not trying to, like, offend anybody by the conversations that we saying. We're just trying to open the table up to things that are legit real,
and that needs to be talked about,
that people are uncomfortable with talking about.
Yes.
And I feel like during those situations, like, it's easier to say, like, talk about that and stuff like that. Like, it's always easy to say that, but it's really hard. Like, I feel like it's really hard to talk about stuff like that. And I just feel like in order for you to heal as a person and to really have that breakthrough and like stop generational curses and make sure that you are actually bringing a new cycle for the family that you're about to start in the future, you got to start with the stuff that happens in the past. Mm-hmm. You got to talk about the stuff that happened to you in the past and how you saw your family in the past, so that way you can create a good family dynamic moving forward.
Healing your childhood self.
Bitch, you steal from me? You steal from me? Bitch, I put you on black. I was just there. I'm just trying to make light of the situation. But no. It's very, like, important to heal, like, childhood trauma and things that you go through. Like, as a as a child, adolescent, all of that plays a part in your adult life and who you actually are, and it pretty much mold you for like to be like the person that you become, because it's like it all starts in the mind. So it's like if this happens, if something traumatic happens to you while you were young and you feel as though you don't have that outlet or nobody to talk to, it's gonna stay with you. And then when you get in your adult life, you get into a relationship, you have kids, you own a job or anything, it could cause triggers because of you haven't dealt with it, at the time that you needed to deal with, or you didn't have that person to help you deal with it. Because a lot of people need, and a lot of people won't admit it, but people need another person, or a few people, especially like family, to help them deal with and cope with like what they have been through, or like whatever trauma it is that like you're still holding on to. Like you just need to let it go, talk about it, go for counseling. And another thing, like people think that just because like people do counseling, like everybody automatically think like, oh well, that person retarded or that person crazy or something like that. No, me personally, I feel like everybody needs counseling, regardless to if it's from intimate relationship, family relationships, you growing up. Like everybody needs some type of counseling in some type of way. Like just talk about it. It needs to be talked about.
Yes, and that's another thing. Shaheem touched on a good point. Shardy. He said counseling. I feel like a lot of people, especially within the black family, we are not comfortable with saying you need to see a therapist.
Okay.
Like when I've seen posters all over Facebook with kids being like, going to their parents and saying like, I'm depressed, or I'm experiencing anxiety, or I feel like I need to see a therapist for this and that, and like. And then like some family be like, girl, you're not depressed, go in that room, do what you gotta do, and we ignore that when kids say stuff like that. And I feel like we need to pay attention to when families say stuff like that. Like 9 out of 10, when people say I need therapy or I'm trying to get the healing that they need, that I deserve, they really mean it.
Yes.
And I don't think that should be a situation that should be made lighthearted or made fun of. Like when your kids are telling you that they are depressed, like why aren't you listening? Why? It's like this. It's the stereotype out here that's like black kids can't be depressed, or like black kids can't go through PTSD, or black kids can't be or have anxiety or panic attacks. Like we're not allowed to feel those emotions.
But those are the most common things that black kids go through.
Literally. I've met some people who suffer from anxiety and PTSD, or just wanted to talk to a therapist but don't feel comfortable with going and talking about it.
Because people made it feel as if that's a bad thing. Going to see a therapist and going to counseling is not a bad thing, guys.
It's definitely not, especially when you're trying to get the healing that you need.
And to be genuinely happy and be the person that you want to be. That's a part of you that you have to heal, so you can let that person go and you turn over to your new person.
So we want to read some of the questions or some of the comments that we have from our comment section. Ashley said, "It's not easy. It's not an easy process. I tried. I'm not gonna happen.
Well, it's not gonna happen with one person. It can start with one, but everyone gotta want to come together. I agree,
definitely,
because you can't just be the person that be like, come on y'all, let's go, let's do this, and then everybody else just not doing it. You're gonna get tired, you're gonna get fed up. So it gotta be everybody thing. Everybody has to want to put that effort in to make sure that family stays together. So that's right.
So what do you do then if you see everybody just being like, nah, I don't feel like
you call a family meeting.
But what if they don't come to the family meeting? I think if they don't come to the family meeting, then that's when you ask for the address and you show up.
Show up for me.
Show up at my house.
I feel like you show up. You catch them. You figure out where they at. When you see them posting on, or maybe that's too stalkerish, but I feel like if you see them posting that night, like, hey, I'm at Bar Louie's tonight. Like, go to Bar Louie's where they at. Follow the location.
Sometimes you gotta pop up on your family.
Or, honestly, I take that back. I feel like the universe or whoever you believe in. We believe in the
or
universe.
the higher power, whichever
higher
you
purpose.
choose, spiritual guides, whatever.
I feel like when the time is right, it will happen. Maybe that year was not the right time.
Yeah.
Maybe that month was not the right time. Maybe those weeks was not the right time. You can always come back and revisit the same situation.
Yeah.
But some people are just not always ready. And maybe right then and there was not the time for them to be ready. So you just got to learn how to control the emotions that you have within yourself and being like, oh, I'm so frustrated because so-and-so didn't reach out to me, or I'm frustrated because I tried so many times to like hang out with my family and nothing falls through. You just reevaluate that situation and be like, maybe something is not going in the right direction for us.
So you pray for it.
So you continue to pray. You manifest. Keep putting it out there. I want to see a loving family. I want to be around my family. I want to be around them. I want to be around them. And then try again a month or two later. Maybe a year later. You never know. Something will always be different. Something always sparks in people at a different time. We received another comment from Tanya. It says, it's hard because addressing the trauma of any kind requires transparency and accountability.
I agree.
Yes, definitely. And it's the accountability for me. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't hold themselves to the things that they have caused to each family members. People will not hold on to it. Like, you can say, you caused trauma in my life because you lied to me, you hurt me, and people will be like, I never done that. I never did that to you. I didn't see it like that. I didn't do that and stuff.
Yes.
It's really hard.
It's all about taking accountability. You have to be willing to accept how you make that person feel. Like Shaheem said in the last video, you don't know how you make that person feel, so you can't tell them, oh, I didn't make you feel that certain type of way, because you never know how that person may end up feeling and what you did to them. So it's just like, yes, taking accountability.
And then I feel like if you have a hard time with taking accountability, the first thing you can always do is listen. Listen to what somebody is telling you. Just hear it and be like, and acknowledge how they feel and validate how they feel. Don't invalidate what they telling you, because you can't tell somebody, oh, I never done that to you, because that's your perspective. You don't know what perspective that someone else on the opposite end received from you. And I feel like in those moments, even though you feel like you may not cause harm, you gotta be able to listen and say, look, I apologize for the way that things were perceived on your end. And I by all means did meant to not hurt you during those moments and stuff like that, and I want to make things better, or I want to make things right,
or just being a listening ear and telling them like you hear what they saying and you support it and you willing to look into it and be there for them throughout that process, if that makes sense.
And I think some people feel like it's wrong for people to say, like, I hear you, I understand, but emotionally, I'm not there. And it's okay for people to say that. Like, okay, emotionally, I'm not there, but maybe I could work on my emotions and, like, really fix how I feel internally so I can perceive the things that you're saying right now.
Yeah, Ashley.
The other comment we have is, I have to pick up my mama if I want her to come anywhere, but I don't want to do that all the time. It's irritating. Just come. Yes, definitely. I agree with that. That's why I feel like I'm more conscious of, like, asking people for rides and stuff like that, because I know how it feels. Like, I know people be tired of getting in cars and driving everywhere and stuff like that. That's why I just be like, don't worry about it. I get my lift there and stuff. For those of you that don't know, I don't have a car. I'm working on getting my license. I'm working on getting my license, and I'm not afraid to admit that. But
no shit wrong with that.
Okay. But I do understand that. That is tiring. Just imagine just steady calling people and being like, oh, we about to meet.
You gotta pick up your whole house.
And you gotta pick up your whole house. Every single time.
Sorry, Raven.
Yeah. sorry, Raven. If you get tired of us, sis, let us know. Sorry, big sister, we love you. But the thing is, not all the time Raven have to pick me up, because I'll get a lift to where we need to be.
But if we can't get lifts, then we make it work.
Yeah.
But yeah, we make it work. People get a lift if they can, and we all just meet at a location. So
definitely, like I understand that, and that is frustrating. Where every time you do an event and somebody always be like, "Oh well, I come if you pick me up." It's like, no, it's buses out here, it's lifts out here. You could get on the bus or you could get on the lift. Like you don't always have to rely on me to come and pick you up. Like it don't always have to be like that. Just show up, come up where you need to be at. Mm-hmm. So, since it's still Throwback Thursday, I have another throwback question.
Okay, let's throw it back.
Okay.
Let's throw it all the way back.
All the way back.
All the way back.
Okay. So the throwback question I have is, what is your favorite memory from when you were a child?
Oh my God.
Yes.
I have a lot. Like, with me, it's like I said, like earlier, like the big mama, like, my grandma, she pretty much raised me. And that's why I know it's like, mama. So there's like so many memories as a child that I can remember that, like, that I could speak on and I could talk about. And, it just, I could relive it. Like, I remember, like even before I started school, it was just like, I used to get up. My grandma used to get me up. Like my brother, my older sister, and then like my brother used to be going to school or whatever. And it was just like I used to be at home. My grandma, she'll wake me up. She'll cook breakfast for me and her. I'll be in my room watching TV, watching my favorite show, Bob the Builder.
yes.
And it was just like I just used to love that time. Like it like even when I think about it and I'm speaking on it now, it's just like do something to me because it's like those are memories that will never like actually like leave me until I leave or whatever. So it's just like that right there, like that alone, like it does something to me.
Mine will personally be, I got a lot of them, but I'm gonna say this one in particular. I remember it was like one night my dad ended up coming in and he literally like made tacos and like brownies for me and my siblings. It was like 12 or 1 something in the morning. He literally turned on the movie and literally just had all of us in there eating tacos and brownies with him at 12 something in the morning. So that's one of my favorite memories that I'm gonna hold close to me. So yeah.
I have a couple. One of them is, and I always tell the story every time we get around Shaheen because it's a story that I would never forget.
I love this story.
See, my grandmother, she had a lot of stuff for us when we came over. She had puzzles, like giant puzzles that we could fix on the floor and like Play-Doh and stuff. And I guess this Play-Doh set that we played with for that day must have belonged to Shardy.
It was mine. She bought it for me for Christmas.
And we came over, and my grandma did not let us play with Play-Doh on her hardwood floor. She said no, she don't play that. So we had newspapers all over the floor, and we was like playing with Play-Doh and like just messing with it and everything. And this one over here was sitting on the side of my grandmother. And he was tricking on us, telling her that we mixing Play-Doh together and he don't like that and all that. We would get called out and get in trouble for that and everything. And I remember just looking at him being like, why are you tricking? Dang.
That be me.
That be me. So mad and so frustrated. Okay. That's another favorite memory of mine. And then another one was when all of y'all used to come over to our house and we had that basement. My daddy hooked the basement up.
Ooh, we used to get it booming.
He used to if y'all don't know, my daddy loved music. Like he would had a whole basement with like lights and speakers and music and all kind of stuff. And a lot of people are surprised because they think deaf people don't know good music, but deaf people know good music. I'm letting y'all know.
Then my daddy played at the party.
But he was playing some songs, and my daddy is so funny. He had all of us dancing one by one, and when it was Shaheen turn, everybody was dying laughing. Because around that time, can y'all
One thing y'all don't know about me, I've always been a dancer. You know, I've always been the type to like entertain, you know, make people laugh and all of that. Like, I like doing that. Like, especially like with family and like, you know, close friends or whatever. Like, they make me feel good to see that people laughing and, you know, all of that.
It's like so many memories I can name. Even with like just as a kid transitioning from first, second, third grade, and this the first day of school, and you want to go back to school and meet all your friends, remembering to iron your clothes and stuff, and sleeping in your clothes. Like,
sleeping in your
I
clothes
can't wait to
go back the next day.
And then you come back to the playground, and everybody like, "What's up, man? It's been a whole summer. Check you out. You got
you
fresh
all
pair
geeked
of
up and
t-shirt
looking at them
on."
like, yeah, my mama.
Everybody hair all laid. You got the unicorn backpack, unicorn shoes and stuff. Like, everybody just so excited to be back on the first day of school.
One of our Tanya said it's waking up on Christmas morning and my mom rushing home from work just to see us open our gifts. I think I love that part better than the gifts. That's so sweet.
Yes!
That is so sweet.
To piggyback off what you said, was one Christmas where Mama and Daddy did not wrap
JJ,
gifts.
I remember.
At this time, I think my mom and my daddy was like trying to save up money and like trying to get Christmas gifts at the last time. At the last minute, and they didn't have Christmas wrapping papers, and we all was standing in the line, but they have our backs facing them, and then when it was our gifts, they'll say, JJ, turn around. And when I turn around, it's my mom and them smiling, Rashonda and them smiling, they just like, you got a baby down, and I just remember being like, I got a baby. Yes. Just so excited.
Yes.
Ooh, one more memory before we switch the combo was when for Christmas I was so excited. This was when I was little. When I don't know if y'all remember, but Grandma bought me a baby doll. But the baby doll was like you could touch it and the skin was so real. It was like a soft, like a Chinese baby doll with like short hair. I was so in love with that doll. I was like so happy that Grandma gave me that doll. I never put that doll down at all. Like I was always holding that baby doll everywhere I go. Like it was just my favorite baby doll. I was so sad when we moved and
I lost it.
No, I left my baby doll at an old apartment. I was so sad because that was my favorite baby doll. Favorite baby doll.
Yes.
My favorite one. Okay. We got another comment? You want to share another memory?
No, it was the memory like of me, like, you know, me and my brother or whatever. We pretty much, we all just pretty much like, it used to be like when we all got together, like, you know, we all just used to play Christmas or whatever. And it was like, we pretty much like, you know, used to act as though like, you know, we was adults and shit. And we would get, we would like find like different toys that we had already got or whatever. And we would just pretty much like find newspaper around the house, and we would just pretty much wrap the toys or whatever in newspaper, and then act as if like, you know,
it's Christmas.
And everybody be just ripping the newspaper off whatever toy it is that we already had, and be acting surprised and like, oh my God, I got this.
I got this.
When you got this, what you get? But
when it's already yours.
We used to do that a lot.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't know if y'all remember when we used to play house. Every time y'all would come over, we would all play house. It'd be like, Nene was Raven's daughter, I was Rashonda's daughter, and then y'all was like our brothers and stuff like that. We'd all be legit playing house.
We would literally set the house up as if we outside, have fans blowing like we standing outside on the block.
Yes.
I think
like we on the bus stop, we got little strollers. we got coats on this stuff, but we in the house, y'all. Our imagination was just so big. It was so
But
big.
those was the times that it felt so good to be around each other. I think that we had so many times as kids where we would go apart from each other and we'd be like, I want to go to TT house. I want to see my cousins. And I want to hang out with them and this and that. And like, every time we got a chance to hang out, it will be a lot of us hanging out. Every single time, literally. Every single time. And then you better hope one of us don't fight, because it was always one fight or somebody getting into it and being like, y'all stop fighting, that's dumb. And all this other stuff.
Yes. Best memories, best memories.
But it was always like good to be around each other and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And then as we got older, I feel like it was even more meaningful when we used to go down to y'all house and we'd all be sitting in the living room cracking jokes on each other and making fun of each other and laughing. We got so many videos, old videos where all of us sitting in the living room with each other, laughing and talking things. Even now, like, we create those memories too.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like you haven't had you haven't had a really good childhood if you haven't, just went outside and just played in the dirt and just got dirty as hell. And, or you'd have been outside or you running back and forth in the house and whoever house you at, your mama house or your auntie house, and, they tell you come back in this house to use the bathroom or anything, you ain't going back outside. That used to stay happening to me and my brother when we used to go out to the suburbs to our auntie house.
Yes.
We used to stay get told that, like, you better start running in and out of here. You come back up in here one more time, you're going to be staying in the house.
Or turn my sink up. You got my faucet running. Turn it up.
And it was just like, if you had to pee real bad and it was that bad, like, you peed outside. Because you ain't want to go in the house. Or whatever you had to do, you did that so that you wouldn't go in the house until the streetlights came on.
Yes, or how about that time where you outside having so much fun, you done forgot the damn street lights coming on, and you be like, oh, my mama finna come outside, and you running home, you on your bike truck, and they trying to hurry up and get home so you won't get in trouble.
Yes, literally.
Like, those was always the good moments. Remember the times we used to play? Remember all the times we used to play Ding Dong Ditch and all that? That used to be fun. Hide and go seek
Prank calling people.
Them was the days. So back to our family conversation. My next question for you is, how do you deal with a dysfunctional family member? Like somebody that is just clearly like not helping the family, just going through it, doing things to the family out of the ordinary, and y'all just constantly being tired of the same stuff. What do you do?
With a person like that, I feel like you just gotta kind of let them be in their own zone. Now, if it's a person that's like just going through their own situation, like marriage and with their kids and this, that, and all that, I feel like that's a relationship that could potentially be mended. So, yeah.
To me, I feel like if the dysfunction that they cause into the family puts the family in harm, then I feel like it's either you tell them to seek help. If it's, honestly, it depends on what it is. If
That's
it's,
what I said.
If it's drug abuse, seek help. Go to rehab. Do what you need to do before you come back to this family and like cause even more trauma for this family. If it's outside of drug abuse and it's more like sexual abuse, to me, I'm not comfortable with that. I feel like you need to seek help. It's probably gonna be a long time before you become back into this family.
Yeah, that's why I say I feel like
molesting a child or something.
Yeah, like molesting.
But that's why I said it depends, because like, what if it's a dysfunctional family member that just have relationship problems, like they going through stuff with their marriage and like with their kids and stuff like that. Is that a person you just like? How would you go about that situation with that type of dysfunctional family member? Not a sexual abuse one or a person that.
So you saying like if the mama was going through multiple relationships over and over and over and over and over,
or like just different,
just having different people in and out the house.
That, or like just affairs, or just it's not working out and you constantly bumping heads with your partner.
I would say speak up as a child, but that's so hard to speak up as a child because I didn't watch plenty of people tell their mamas, like, I don't like you having so-and-so here, and I don't appreciate this person being here, and all this other stuff. And then it goes down a tricky slope of the parents getting into it with their kids, and the kids getting put out, and all that other stuff. It's so tough. Like, it's legit so tough.
Me personally, I feel like a dysfunctional family member. I just feel like, sometimes the person may need, the person may just need, like, a lot of, love or attention. And this is the reason why they causing the problems that they causing. Or, they just need to be sat down and talked to and really ask, like, what is going on? Like, what's wrong? Like, how are you feeling? Like, how is your day-to-day life? Like, if especially if we not around each other every day on a day-to-day basis, like, like it's like, come on, let's talk. Like, let's put it out on the table. Like, what's going on with you? Like, what is it that I could do, or what is it that we can do as a group, or as a whole, to help you, be the person that you're trying to be, or like even deter you away from what it is that you is doing. Like, I just feel like that sometimes be needed for a dysfunctional family member.
To me, I feel like I would rather have the person that's receiving the trauma be honest and talk about it. Because I feel like if you don't be vocal about it, then you just hold that in, and then it's affecting your life with the relationships you build outside, and like you constantly thinking about it. You can't move forward. You distrust people because of dysfunctional family members. So I just feel like being able to have that platform to talk about it in therapy or with somebody else that you trust, like, or even towards that person. Let that person know, like, you hurt me. What you did to me was wrong. I don't appreciate what you did, or I don't appreciate the life that you put me in, or situations you put me in, because it's wrong. It affected me as a person, and now me as a grown adult, a grown teenager, I have to fix these things about myself to make sure that I'm actually giving out the things that I need to give out.
Okay. Tanya said, I think you sow the seed of love when you can, and let them come around when they are ready. The person may have a wall up, and it takes time to tear down those walls.
Definitely agree.
I agree. What was that? It's about doing stuff when it feels right, and when it feels right. So,
you have a question?
It might not always be the right timing.
Did you do the because it was something else from Throwback Thursday? Should have did my favorite song.
Yeah. So a Throwback Thursday question that we have is, what is your favorite throwback song?
Yes, comment below. Comment y'all favorite throwback song.
Me in the crib is going down. Just kidding. Yup, in my white tee.
I break up.
Oh.
Mine is, you make me delirious.
Oh.
When I start to fall, it's something.
That's Soulja Boy.
Or Tiffany Evans' Promise Ring.
Yes. If I was your promise ring. Oh, okay, girl, you picking all the throwbacks. What was yours?
Come on, Shorty, come in here.
Y'all know what mine is?
I got 32 flavors of this bootylicious bubble gum, raspberry, grape, cherry. Come and get the honey bun. What's yours? Shorty got a few, y'all. He trying to cook it up. He trying to
He's
put
trying to put his best song out.
He's trying to see which one he can throw it out to y'all. You feel me? Y'all might go and listen to it later. So hold on.
No,
Nuck if you bug.
Yes.
We just listened to that before the live.
Siri.
No, but I actually have a lot of like favorite throwback songs. Like my throwback is actually throwback.
Okay.
Like it's throwback.
What you say?
Like one of my songs that I like is it's called Yippee-Yi-Yo. It's by who is that song by?
That Yippee-Yi-Yo, Yippee-Yi-Yo.
Gonna work your body, baby, all over your body. Like when I go back. Like I listen to early like 2000s, coming up into the 2000s, like the 1999 and all of that. Like
and anything R. Kelly, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You feel me? R. Kelly, Sweet
that
Tooth.
Nah.
And Sweet Tooth.
Like spread us.
Hey. But yeah, okay.
What
okay.
else?
Y'all throw out some songs. Throw out some songs.
Like I actually,
I
like,
love all R&B 90s music.
yeah, me too. Like
Any
when I
R&B
like when I
90s
listen
Pretty
to
Ricky.
music, yeah.
Juicy.
Yes.
All the songs that was played in juke parties.
Pleasure P, change positions, all that. You feel me? All that. All that. Go all the way back. Marcus
Yes,
Houston.
Tanya said maybe I was in my feelings back then.
Yeah.
But Mass was Bow Wow feature
Yes,
Sierra. I ain't
Jagged
never
Edge.
had nobody
Show me all the things that you can show me in a special way I feel. And I know you're gonna always be with
Yeah.
I ain't never had nobody do me like you.
And then you gotta do the ad-libs.
Oh, yes. Yes, anything jagged edge.
Oh,
Yay.
I got 3-piece.
Oh, okay.
That's from my homegirl. You know.
Okay.
You hitting on something. You hitting on something.
Yes.
3-piece. They know how to. 3-piece know how to turn the party
We
up.
some freak body ass people.
3-piece was
Yes,
was
it
the
is.
was the go-to in the juke parties to get the party turned.
Okay.
Yes.
Like back in the day, like
Yes.
you put 3-piece on and everybody lit.
Yes, definitely.
You put bedroom boom on.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody in the party lit.
You play Marcus Houston noise. Everybody lit.
Or
Lit.
naked.
Everybody lit. Okay? Everybody lit. Yes.
Yes.
1, 2, yes.
112, yes, baby.
Definitely. Okay, Riri.
Definitely. Oh. Smiley said KC and JoJo.
Oh yeah, I fucks with KC and JoJo. All my life.
Oh, okay.
I pray for someone.
I'm so young. I
like
said,
you.
who that is? Okay.
Yes, that's my shit. I love it.
Okay. Ooh, come on.
What's
hit
one
roll
song?
Not here rolling music. I'll just play a song by DJ Nate. What was it?
Yes.
DJ Nate got the parties busting.
Y'all probably don't know this, but this for all my ring folks. DJ Redman Journey. Oh!
Oh yeah.
When they used to play that, I'd be like, yes, it's time for me to
Yes,
go, bro.
come on.
I'm on While I Kill tonight.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, yes. For Wild
Yes,
Sus, let us know.
4 walls, her name.
Let me start by saying
This
this love
love,
ain't no
ooh,
fantasy.
yes.
I'm just here to fulfill all your fantasies tonight. I wanna take all your clothes.
Smiley said Lauren Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Get your love mama bad as fuck.
Oh, yes.
Love mama bad as
What's one throwback song that you just always play, no matter what? Like, it don't matter what time it is, what day it is, you just gonna always play it.
I listen to so many old songs.
Me
Like
too.
I don't
Yeah.
like.
I ain't gonna lie.
I listen to the music, from today, but when I'm actually just listening to music and like I'm in my zone and I'm doing me, like old school music is what I go to.
And mine is, if you know exactly what I'm gonna do, then I'ma get a business to you.
For me, I like, hello,
Hey.
it's me,
Oh, look at
baby.
me. Hey,
It's
hello,
me, baby.
hello. Hey, hello.
That's kind of the same thing. But that Isley Brothers,
Yeah.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
I love that song.
I like that song too.
Yes.
I never used to listen. Auntie like that
Yeah.
song. Okay.
And then, if you really know me, you know I'm a huge Erykah Badu fan. So
Yes,
I
Erica. Mm-hmm.
I'll play some on and
Can I
on.
get it pussy? Don't want nobody next to me. I just wanna
Out of town and get a ride.
Hey.
Wanna wake up.
Hey. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She said,
Yes, Erica.
oh.
Yes.
Oh,
If I-
hey.
I need
Oh, okay.
See, this how you know.
That's
That's how you know we awesome.
Yes.
Everybody. And then, you know me, I got a rep for Lil' Kim. I like some Lil' Kim. I like some Biggie. Yes.
My favorite, I always play Get.
Now, see-
I always play Get Money because it remind me of Mama. Remember when Mama used to be dancing?
Mama used to be money. She used to be lit. Mama used to be lit.
See, now y'all can't
Shout out to you,
mention.
Mom. Love you.
Y'all can't mention because I fucks with and I like both of them. Y'all can't mention a Biggie without a Tupac.
Okay. Period.
Like y'all can't do that.
Dear Mama.
Yes.
Dear Mama.
Baby, we got Dear Mama.
Yes. What else?
We got what's the song called? What's the name?
What's the name? Y'all know the Tupac song. Leave us alone. We live. Comment down below. We too drunk.
Changes. What is it called? It's called Changes. We got that song.
Brenda had a baby.
Yes.
We
You
got come on now.
We had it all. We like it all.
Okay, Fortunate by Maxwell.
Yes.
Yes.
Hold on,
Have
Pretty
you,
Wings.
girl.
But Pretty Wings, y'all.
Oh, yes.
Pretty Wings.
Pretty wings, y'all. Pretty wings, y'all.
Oh, yes.
Yes, best friend, keep your head up.
Yes, you
Now,
gotta
that's
keep
my
your head
song.
up. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh.
Tupac in that song, he really spoke some shit at the end of that
Definitely.
song. I fucked with Tupac.
Well, how about
hard.
this? I know I can.
No,
Yes,
hey,
nah.
Be what I wanna be. Be what I wanna be.
Bitch, if I work hard at it,
hey,
I be
what I
what
wanna
I
be.
be.
I know I can. I know I can be what I wanna be.
No,
the fact that he said, "Bitch, I know I can."
Period.
It's the bitch for me. Yes. Okay. I get around. Yes. Okay. Y'all just turned the love. Okay, y'all turned
Okay,
it
for the
up.
throwback song.
Yes.
What's some more? Give me some more.
Yes, give us a little more.
Yeah, comment some more below.
But what's the people y'all talking about?
I love those little songs.
Yeah.
Or how about Operator, get my baby on.
Yes, Anita, Auntie Anita.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Auntie Anita.
Okay.
For those of y'all that don't know, research Anita Baker list of songs. Okay?
Yes, that's
So
Auntie.
I apologize.
Okay, that's Auntie.
That's
That's legendary.
Okay.
That's Auntie. Okay.
We know so much, like old songs.
Yes, we do.
And like
Who
now,
song? Yeah.
we just so like.
Come on, Alicia
full of
Myers.
life.
Yeah.
We got Alicia Myers. We got who else? We got Auntie Patty. You know, they just did their little
Patty
verses.
LaBelle.
DJ, won't you play this girl a love song?
Oh, she talk about Jamie Foxx. Okay.
Okay.
Love
She hit us with the Jamie Foxx.
You look at me and
Okay.
That's my song.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Look at you.
It's so bad.
Okay.
Ooh.
Or for all my Nicki Minaj fans, all the old throwback Nickies, I love Warning by Nicki Minaj when she rapped off Biggie back in the day song. That was nice. Moment for Life, nice. That's my song.
I can have this moment for life.
Or what about I bees in the
Alive.
trap? Bees in the trap.
Yes.
Bees in the trap.
Or just her on Drake, Best I Ever Had.
Oh.
Best I Ever Had was made for me, if y'all don't know.
Okay.
That song was for me.
I know y'all ain't leave Lil Wayne Officer out.
Yes.
This is all for some. This is all for sale. Tell them get them handcuffs off for y'all. I'm Kid. My face on every morning poster.
Or how about Bobby Valentino? Slow down.
Slow down.
I just want to get to know you.
Yes. Or B2K. Bring it all the way back there. All the way back there. Got to be all those sleeping. Ooh. Or Marion Icebox. Ooh. Child. Ooh.
Snapping.
I just seen my mama down
If
here.
you don't want me, then don't talk to me.
Yeah. That's Shaheen, girl.
What's Smiley Smiley at? You got me waiting.
Hey,
You got me waiting.
oh.
Come on, Smiley, where you at?
Faith Evans, yes.
Alright, so this gonna be our last question before we wrapping up. So to end this live off, our last question is: do you feel like you've seen what a strong family look like, and why is it important for you to start a strong family for your family in the future?
Me personally, I feel like growing up, I didn't see a strong family, but I have seen my family become strong.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. It took a lot of mending relationships, a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of dedication, but I seen my family get to a solid and strong foundation. So,
To me, I feel like as a kid, you have certain friends where they raised in 2-parent household, and you always be like, dang, I really want that, or like, oh, my friend have all the luxuries, even though it wasn't much luxuries, but it was always something. Like those moments, and then being able to transition into adult and having access to the internet where I can see different pictures, different YouTube pages to see like families be together and work on being a strong black family and stuff like that, and just our family on our own. I feel like you said, we worked really hard on like cultivating a strong family and what a strong family is supposed to look like. So I feel like now I have that representation. Yeah. Not a lot. I would love to see more.
We have more.
I would love to see more reflected on my timeline. I have a few cousins and a few friends that have strong black families, but it's not always the most dominant thing that I always see on my timeline. And I think that just goes to say, like, we need to work on this whole dynamic of why black men hate black women, or why black women dislike black men, or like certain stuff like that. Just combating those issues so we could build stronger black family. Mm-hmm. But I do feel like I have an accurate representation of it. And yes, we are healing from the traumas that we have within our own lives. So that way, when I decided to create my family, I'm going to make sure my family is a strong representation of what a black family is supposed to look like.
Yeah, pretty much just to piggyback on what they said, like, you know, me personally, I feel like, you know, I have, you know, insight on what, you know, a strong family look like or whatever, but it's just like, you know, in certain aspects, you know, everybody is different. Mm-hmm. So, you know, what we done all grew up in seeing, you know, everybody take a different piece of that and pretty much apply it to their life. And, you know, everybody don't have the same thoughts and, you know, morals. Like, you know, everybody been taught the same thing, but everybody vision and everybody outlook on it is different. Mm-hmm. So everybody have their own interpretation of, like, you know, what a good family is, or what a strong foundation of a family looks like to them. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, you know, that's just pretty much just like, you know, how I look at it and how I see it.
Yeah, I agree. So, I just want to say, before we end this live, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We know that every day is always tough, especially for the black community. And we just want to be a platform for you guys to feel comfortable with messaging us and confiding in us and wanting to share things, so that way we can give you guys feedback, or just be a listening ear for you. Like, you can always message us on this page or our individual page and just be like, hey, I need a listening friend. Yes. We all are welcome.
We all will have this page, so we all will be able to respond.
Yes, and we all are very respectful of your privacy, and we just want to make sure
we keep things anonymous.
We just want
to not to cut you off, but like, you know, it's when you have this type of, when you have a platform, period. Yeah. It's always good, you know, for, you know, whatever you talk about in private, that you leave it private and confidential. Like, you know, nobody else needs to know what is going on with you and, you know, another individual, or like whatever is being talked about or being shared. Like, you know, a person is coming to you in private for a reason, you know, because they don't want everybody to know.
Yeah. And then if y'all ever have any topics that y'all want to discuss and would love for us to discuss and talk about, always feel free to inbox us personally or on this page and let us know what would you like for us to discuss during our next episode.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Comfy Convos. Love you all back, and we are going to end out with a song.
Love you guys.
Sending love.
Stay safe.
Real hot girl shit. Hey, bitch, I'm a problem, nobody solve it. You can keep hating, I'm popping regardless. He wanna feel like making his day, and don't want your nigga cause I want his daddy. I like to switch on my style every week. I gotta switch on my hair every day. I ain't no hoe, but I do be on board. I promise my niggas gon' love me the same. I'm a hot girl, don't try it at home. I wear the shit that be showing my thong. I like to drink and I like to have sex. I fuck the niggas that's quitting the chicks. Dance on the dick, now you been